Does this have legs, this Watkins-Rashford swap?
You can make it make sense, I think, is the kindest way I can put it. And United have looked at Watkins in the past. They looked at him when they were trying to sign Højlund and were put off by his price tag. They thought, I think it was around sort of 60, 70 million that Villa were asking at the time. And United thought that was too much and went in a different direction.
Paid the same fee for Højlund.
It does make sense because he is Premier League proven. I think he could play an effective role in that Amrim system. The only thing I would say from United's point of view is I think, judging by the other targets they're looking at in other areas, they're looking for a younger profile. They're trying to get players maybe a little bit younger than they have done in the past, and develop them themselves because A, they're cheaper, and B, there is a prospect of, in terms of PSR, that you could always sell them on, later on in their careers. I could understand why there was interest in Watkins. I think it may be driven though by what they need to do with Marcus Rashford, because Rashford, as Mark just referenced there, he's done all right at Villa. He hasn't been fantastic, but the Rashford thing is a major, major problem for Man United in the summer, because if Amrim just says point blank he cannot come back, then they need to get rid of him and they need to find or facilitate a move somehow. And you've referenced there the wages. The wages are a major, major stumbling block. They were in January. There was no real indication from Rashford and his representatives that he wanted to take a pay cut, which really narrowed his options and meant that United were having to pay part of his wage even to get him to Villa in the first place. I think AC Milan at one point were looking at paying half of his wages. The Rashford said that he wanted the full package, and that kind of killed that deal before it even got started. So it may take something like this to get Rashford off United's books, and maybe United will look at the Watkins thing and say, well, Watkins gives us 3 or 4 years. It's a way to get Rashford to Villa. We take Watkins. He scores goals for 2 or 3 years, and it buys a little bit of time maybe to make a long-term replacement. Maybe, Liam Delap goes somewhere else, and then you look at Liam Delap further down the line because they don't quite think he's ready just yet.